Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I had a little bit of downtime here and was looking to work a little bit of my daily grind. Red or blue spells. In a way, I was kind of ho-humming some of like what to do. I did open a couple packs yesterday and work my next token. Interesting different kinds of art. Normally when they do the art on sale, it's like themed or it's all by one artist. These are all 85% off, and for like 300 coins, the artist talent. Most of these cards I don't recognize. I don't think they're currently legal. I think this is the only one that's currently legal. Either way, I was taking some time to evaluate kind of like my decks and what I wanted to do. I did grind out another mythic token, and yeah, I was just kind of ho-humming on what to do. As far as red-blue, I don't necessarily have a lot of red-blue options. My Temur Dragons I don't think is going to hold up well. Choices. I could just try and run like, I don't have a mono blue deck. My Seeker deck isn't going to have a lot of blue in it compared to, what's the distribution here? Because this is mostly red and blue. It's just questioning where I was at in like my alchemy ranked. If I wanted to do just like, I guess, standard play or alchemy play instead of alchemy ranked, I don't think my Temur Dragons is going to hold up well in ranked, and especially now that I'm into platinum. It was struggling some in gold. I'm not really happy because I don't have the green, but I can get into my Rolling Dragonstorm and my Prodigy with what I have. So this can only counter a target spell with mana value 2 or less. Yeah, it's the little puppy. And I do like the Black Lotus art. In this case, I basically need to discard. And that's expensive. I drew a little too much, or I maybe should have waited one more turn, but I want to get my Dragon Soul Prodigy down. They're just playing white-black, so I'm assuming they're playing control, and I'm gonna lose my Prodigy if I'm not careful. The Hinterland Sanctifier. Since it came in tapped, I could play the counter. He is going for life gain. I don't know. Resolve. I should have gone for the land. So he is tapped out, and I can do for 3. Let's see what he has for actual control. I'm assuming he can just play death. He tapped out. Whenever a non-creature token you control dies, this creature deals 1 damage and you draw 1 card. Alright. If I play the dragon, it definitely slowed me down from having to put the Prodigy back into my hand. Curious farm animals. So let's see what I can play for free. And those actually went to exile. Another Midnight Reaper. And another Curious Farm Animals. If I do the Dragon Soul Prodigy... I'll see. This is a little bit of like a slower deck, I guess. I can probably counter the next spell that he goes to play. Nope. 8 lives. Assuming he's looking to push. Oh, it's waiting on me. Whenever I cast a dragon, he can kill the enchantment for 2. I can run for basically another free dragon. Let's see what I can pull. And I only have the 1 mana. And he can sacrifice it to destroy 1 target artifact or enchantment on his turn if he wasn't... I'll take a free Dragon Typhoon. He's not going to defend it with his first strike. I'll get rid of one of my Rolling Dragon Storms. Return it to the graveyard. Whenever I play, I'm going to go for the land and get the duplicate. And creatures you control deal double damage. Now I can play the land. So I can counter it. Gain 3 life. Can't counter it. Next. I should have probably done my other land. As an instant, just trying to figure out in a way like how best to speed this up. Either way, it's working towards my red and blue. I mean, I'll take the 1 damage. I'm not terribly concerned. He might have had the 4 to be able to do the extra damage. Resolve. My turn. Alright. I definitely flubbed something there and go for another land. And that's actually where I needed my double draw. Alright. Discard my Dragon Storm. I'm going to lose one of them to... I don't know why I wouldn't have taken the 8 hit. So, moving on. Going back to, I'm a little surprised he didn't like try to kill my Dragon Soul Prodigy. So now when he heals, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1. I'll just take the 2. At this point, I have a pile of mana. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana costs. Line and Flash. Take another one. Alright. And depending on what he tries to play or control here. And that's game. Good game. Because he has the death loop up. Going back to... yeah, whatever. Playing cards to play cards. It was a long game. One of the things I guess I don't necessarily like about... my Temur deck, or somebody played, it was like a red-green dragon deck against me that was really effective. And I started this with like, I don't necessarily expect to be winning, or that's in a way why I'm looking to play in. And see, I'm not really a fan with that, but I just have to rely on my draw. The Verge, the Steam Vents. And here I'm probably just going to get ran over by some Chocobos to landfall. Gonna go for Bushwhack, go for more land. Alright. The Vents can enter tapped. I'm just looking, I guess, at the slow game here. The Traveling Chocobo. Solid play. And I don't really have anything that I can do against that. The Hydra. Nice. Yeah, because that's game right there. There's nothing I have in my deck that can control it. I was thinking the card that I have that can put them back is really my only option, which I don't have. So... moving on. I was wondering, I should have probably at least just played one of my blue spells. But the landfall mechanic hits crazy fast and hard. And one more spell wouldn't have actually gotten me to my goal. But with that being said, I only did get the one spell out. So, moving on. I don't necessarily want to drag this out. Or I was questioning in a way, like, I could look to do something like the unless you control a mountain or a forest. With 4 lands, I don't need really much. The Breaching Dragonstorm. He has the weather-backed cards. Honestly, that's how most of my Magic cards looked in... Doom. If I choose a land, I mean, this is going to slow me down. The Badger Mole Cub is going to Earthbend 1. I'm going to go for the mana ramp just because I really don't have much else for options. Plenty of mana to do a second Innkeeper's Talent. Dragon Typhoon. Or not. See what I can get for my free card. But in a way, almost like if I can't end this here... Nice. That's problematic for me. Alright, the Mox Jasper. Get down another forest. This does 3 to all versus this one where I can say return 2. And I didn't necessarily realize that the 2 non-land permanents were... because the one was the land permanent. A second Badger Mole Cub. It's going to start dumping his counters on... So Dragonback Assault is going to do 3 to everybody. So... Doubling Season. Good game. This is definitely problematic for me. Was it 7-8? Do I want to sacrifice my... I'm pretty sure this is his game, but this should at least get me to... been able to do, I guess, the Rolling Dragon Storm, or we'll see. One or more counters are put on. Put twice that as many instead. 7 and 7's 14. Now it's game. The Doubling Season is a solid play. Or going back to when I was looking at adding that to my landfall deck. But... ding, there's my daily. Unfortunately, I didn't even get my win. And... I was just wondering about maybe trying to do a quick ranked match with a stronger deck to try and get my win. Honestly, even my lifelink deck has been struggling in Platinum. And... but I kind of would like those 250 coins. So... let's see. I don't necessarily mind the looks of my hand. Depending on what they're playing. You can enter tapped. And it'll give me the other access to that half the verge. So I am a little slowed down here on 3, potentially. But depending on what they're up to, they're playing white-black. Scry 1. Nice. That's problematic. Basically have to fell it. And now I at least have the mana down to be able to do my Enduring Innocence, but I don't really have anything that allow it to proc. Authority of Councils. So now my stuff comes in tapped, and it gains him life and gets better bumps for his stuff. Do I want to do... it's not like I actually have much options. He'll name the defender and we'll just trade life. There's no gimmick there, I just wanted to proc the Bond, because in the end I think that is what will get this for me. With 3 mana, he's looking to play in the Fear of Ridicule. Remove all counters on up to 1 target creature. And it works for all enchantments. So I don't necessarily have a lot for options here. He is going to be able to push and get multiple damages through. And this is, I'm pretty sure, his game. Or it didn't even make sense. Everything he has menace. Leaving a defender did me no good. So there goes 2 more of my creatures. I missed in a way why he didn't get that. If I do the Enduring Innocence, destroy target creature. I mean, since they all have menace anyways, it doesn't do me any good to not leave myself tapped out. Whenever 1 or more enchantment creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, exile a random card from that player's library and create a token that's a copy of the card, except it's a 1/1 enchantment. So I don't know why he actually didn't get the 1/1 enchantment for the golden sidekick. But I'm back to, I don't think this is his game, and if my objective was to get a win, this is probably not going to get me there. And he did get the token. I somehow missed it. Because all of the lifelinks are going to be double proccing for him. And he pulled back an Enduring Tenacity. And he got a free Enduring Tenacity. I did get my bond. Got a C note. Let's try and figure out what my best option here is. He's gonna push, and I need to basically do my Mogul's Valor. I'm pretty sure there's no coming back from this, because once again, he's gonna get through on the Perilous Snare. Assuming he's gonna name the bond. He's naming my Death Touch. That loses me the ability to do the Mogul's Valor. I was assuming he was actually going to pick the bond. Move all counters onto 1 target. Impending. It can enter tapped. Just trying to even figure out the best way to try and speed this up. Just keep a clip on it. It's an 8/7. And since he isn't pushing here, if I do my Mogul's Valor, just moving on. He's only attacking with his flyers. And that's going to be, once again, 2, 4, 6 damage back to me. And he got an Enduring Innocence out of the deal. If I do something like my Enduring Tenacity, in a way I should actually just bail. Just wondering if I played my Revenant I could self-kill. This is his game, unlike every level. And he can probably just get the damage through next round. So I don't know. Going back to this is, if my objective is to actually get a win, this is getting me nowhere. And I've already been at this like almost 40 minutes. Which is definitely longer than, if I don't get it this round, I'm just gonna call it for the day and scrap it. This is one of my stronger decks. And if it's not going to be able to get me there, then we're going back to saying it's struggling already. I was wondering about what I could potentially do to improve this. One of the things about keeping my decks more and more modern, this was doing well a while ago, but as more cards come out and more techniques come out, it is holding up less effectively. The Hunchback Assembler. The Hangerback Walker. That's a little problematic. So the Hangerback, when it dies, create X11, and for 1 he can put a +1/+1 counter on it. At max speed, at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 on target artifact you control. It's an artifact, I'm being silly. Either way, I need to drop it. It'll replace itself. Looks like he's potentially playing... He's playing a poison deck. Interesting. So whenever a non-token artifact creature you control deals damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. So he's relying on, actually, I think he's playing mono white artifacts. Surprised he didn't exile my Death Touch. Other artifact creatures get +2/+2. Return up to 1 target artifact from the graveyard to the battlefield. The main thing is he's going to get the poison counters through. Choices, choices. And it crews for 6. So, kind of curious what he does here. At 6 on mono white, he can basically do a board wipe. He can do... He now has 2, 4, 5 poisoners. Good game. And the Dollmaker's Shop. So when he attacks, he's going to start generating tokens. So I'm thinking I'm going to actually do the +2/+2. And now I can drop his one that's giving me the poison counters. Airbend. He really didn't want to lose it. I mean, poison is his end game. And... the interesting thing is, so this, the Salvation Engine works well with the Dollmaker's Shop. And he can crew the artifact for... basically getting the flyer up. The Salvation Engine's still going to get the 2 poison through. But yeah. Either way, I had him on the lifelink loop. In that case, it was the Enduring Tenacity that got me there. Yeah, man, that was definitely longer than I was looking to play, and definitely a hard struggle to win. But with that, finished my daily, got my win in, and look forward to doing some Magic in the future.